Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series of the subject Applied Mathematics. Myself Mrs. Dipali Jori, Faculty Mathematics from KK Bagh Polytechnic Nasik. In today's video, I'll explain you about the topic derivatives. So let's first of all see the definition of derivative. For any function y equal to fx. So it can be any type of function. The chapter function we have already studied. It can be a trigonometric function, logarithmic, exponential, algebraic. Okay, it can be any type of function. So if we have a relation between dependent variable y and independent variable x, like y equal to fx, fine. So after that you have to further differentiate it with respect to x. With respect to x always, cause in the relation y equal to fx, x is independent variable and y is dependent variable. So while differentiating or while finding derivative of any function, you have to differentiate it always with respect to independent variable. So the process of finding derivative means differentiation. Okay, so differentiate this relation, this statement with respect to x. How we have to write it? You have to write it this way. See, d by dx of y. It means derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, this is your left hand side. Differentiate means find its derivative with respect to x, dx. Okay, so this is dy by dx and it is further equal to that RHS will be d by dx of fx. D by dx of that whole RHS means fx. We can further rewrite it as dy by dx. Okay, here it is equal to then now d by dx of fx can be rewritten as simply f dash of x. So this f dash of x, it means it's a first order derivative. Okay, fx derivative is f dash x. Okay, the actual definition of derivatives is in limits, is in the form of limit. Okay, that I will not explain here. That is not actually needed to diploma students. So I will directly tell you how to write the derivative of any function. So this is dy by dx equal to f dash of x. So this is called derivative of y means dependent variable with respect to x, which is an independent variable. Okay, dy by dx. Now further you have to learn some formulae. Actually, all these formulae have proofs, but the proofs are again not there in your syllabus of diploma. So you have to directly learn the formulae and use them while solving the examples. So the first derivative is derivative of, let me first of all explain the formulae, how to remember them again. So derivative of constant, d by dx you can also say, or you can read, or you can simply say derivative of k, derivative of x, okay, or d by dx of k. K is any scalar or it is a constant. So now remember, derivative of constant is always equal to 0. If it is a single number or it is a constant. Okay, so its derivative you have to directly write down 0. Next, derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Derivative of x raised to n, where n is any real number. So x square, x cube, x raised to 5, like that. So derivative of x raised to n, the formula is n x raised to n minus 1. Derivative of e raised to x is again equal to e raised to x. Next, derivative of a raised to x. Here the base is e. Now here the base is a. A means 2 raised to x, 5 raised to x, 10 raised to x, like that. So the derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x into log a. Fine, these two exponential functions are different. We cannot replace e by 2, 3, 4. E as it is, it's a Napierian value. So e raised to x always equal to the derivative e raised to x. In a raised to x, we can change that base, 2 raised to x, 5 raised to x, etc. Next, the derivative formula is derivative of root x. All these formulae are standard formulae. Okay, so derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Derivative of log x is simply equal to 1 upon x. If its base is not given or if it is having base e. If the base is not given, we consider it as e. So the derivative of log x is 1 upon x simply. Derivative of log x, again log x, but now the base is a other than e. Okay, so if the base is a means it can be any constant again, log x to the base 3, log x to the base 4, then it is equal to 1 upon x log a. Derivative of now trigonometric functions, sin x, derivative of sin x is cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sin x, derivative of tan x is sec square x, cot x, derivative is minus cosec square x. For sec x, the derivative is sec x into tan x. Actually, all these formally standard functions or the standard derivatives have proofs, but the proofs are in the form of limits. So we have to exclude the proofs as they are not in your syllabus. So we'll directly solve the examples. Next, derivative of cot x is minus cosec square x. Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. Derivative of cosec x is minus cosec into cot x. Derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root. Now these are the inverse trigonometric functions, which again we have already studied in the first semester syllabus. So derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon root 1 minus x square. Derivative of cos inverse x. See, sine inverse and cos inverse, the derivatives are similar, only the difference is in sign. For cos inverse x, the derivative is minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. For tan inverse x, the derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. For cot inverse x, the derivative is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. For sec inverse x, the derivative is 1 upon x into under root x square minus 1. Again, tan inverse and cot inverse, the derivatives are same, difference is in sign only. Similarly, sec inverse x, cosec inverse x, the derivatives are actually same, only the difference is in sign. For cosec inverse x, the derivative is minus 1 upon x into under root x square minus 1. So all these formulae you have to remember and use them by solving the examples. After that, let's learn again the rules of differentiation, means while finding derivatives of addition of two functions, multiplication, division, etc. Subtraction. Again, these rules are without proof. You just have to learn them and use them. So if u and v are differentiable functions of x, okay, your u function and v function both should be differentiable functions of x. Then only we can further differentiate them. So d by dx of u plus v, if it has sum or difference of two functions, then we can further differentiate them just separately. Means du by dx plus dv by dx, or du by dx minus dv by dx. Or we can say derivative of sum of two functions is equal to sum of their derivatives or the difference of their derivatives. Scalar multiplication means if your function has a multiple with scalar number or with constant k into sin x, k into log x, like that. So if your function is with scalar multiplication, at that time while finding its derivative, you can take that scalar out. You can take that constant out of the derivatives. So take that k out and just differentiate that function which is in x with respect to x. Next, multiplication rule is, be careful for these two formulae, derivative of multiplication and division. See, d by dx of product of two functions. For product, the formula is not so simple. You have to remember the logic here. It is equal to first constant into the derivative of second, means v, plus second constant into the derivative of first, means u. Okay, keep any one of them constant into the derivative of second, plus second constant into the derivative of first. Okay, that way also you can remember. The fourth rule of differentiation is for division of two functions. So d by dx of u upon v. For quotient of two functions, again the formula is not so simple. Remember it very carefully. So derivative of quotient of two functions, u upon v is equal to, see in this type, in this formula, you compulsory have to keep v constant first, means denominator constant first. So v or the denominator constant into the derivative of numerator, means it is u, minus numerator constant into the derivative of denominator upon denominator square. Okay, that way also you can learn. Instead of learning u and v functions, learn it as denominator constant into derivative of numerator minus numerator constant into derivative of denominator upon denominator square. Okay, so this way you have to again remember these four rules while differentiating, addition of two functions, subtraction, etc. Now let's move towards the examples. See, the question is to find derivative of y with respect to x or find dy by dx. See, the function is very simple. Y is equal to x raised to 10 plus 5 raised to x plus e raised to x. So your function is with addition of three different functions. All three are exponential. Okay. So while finding its derivative, what we have to do? See, dy by dx. Take derivative to both the sides. So your left hand side will be dy by dx. Right hand side will be d by dx of that whole RHS. Now it's a derivative of sum of three functions. So by the rule of differentiation, we can find derivative of each and every term separately. For addition and subtraction, we can directly do. So take derivative to each and every term separately. This way d by dx, d by dx, d by dx, and then try to write their derivatives by using that standard formula list. So let's observe that first function. See, the first function is in which form? It is in the form of x raised to n. Correct? X raised to 10. So by using the formula of x raised to n, we can write derivative of x raised to 10 as 10 x raised to 10 minus 1, n x raised to n minus 1 by using this formula. Next, second function is in which form? It is in the form of a raised to x. Base is constant, 5 raised to x. So by using the formula of derivative of a raised to x, you can write its derivative as a raised to x log a. So here it is 5 raised to x log 5. And at last, the last function is e raised to x. As we know, derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x itself. So here again the derivative of e raised to x is the function itself, e raised to x, and hence this is our answer. We can further just rewrite this 10 minus 1 as 9, remaining 2 as they are. Okay, so this way you have to use the formula and solve the examples. Let's see one more example. See, the function is sec x into tan x. The question is again to find dy by dx. Now we can see our function is in the product form. This is u function into v function. So while differentiating it, we have to use that product rule. What is that product rule? D by dx of u into v is, see, this is that formula of derivative of product of two functions. First constant, second derivative plus second constant, first derivative. Use that formula. First function is u, second is v. U is sec x, v is tan x. So sec x constant, derivative of v means tan x, plus tan x constant, derivative of sec x, that is u. So what is the derivative? As we know the formula for both, we have the formula list of formula. So derivative of tan x is sec square x, d by dx of tan x is sec square x. While writing its derivative, you have to skip that d by dx term. You should not write that d by dx again, as we are writing derivative of tan x sec square x there. Next, in the second term, derivative of sec x is also known to us. It is also there in the standard formula list. So d by dx of sec x is sec x into tan x. Fine. So sec cube x, it will be sec x into sec square x, tan x into sec x tan x. So which term we can take common? We can take sec x common from both the parts. So what will remain there? Sec square x plus tan square x. Is it okay? Next, x into a raised to x plus log x to the base a plus log a to the base a is the next example. So for the first term, we can observe it's a product of two functions. It is u into v. These are not the products. These are the single functions. Log x to the base a is one function only. This is again one function. But in the first term, it has product of two functions. So d by dx of ax into a raised to x. While differentiating this term, we have to use that product rule, u into v formula. For this, x into a raised to x. U is x, v is a raised to x. Fine. And derivative of second and third term, we can write directly. See, for the first term, I have entered the derivative into the square bracket. By product rule it is, see, first constant means x constant, derivative of second, d by dx of a raised to x, plus a raised to x means second term constant into the derivative of first means x. This square bracket is the derivative of this x into a raised to x just. Next, plus derivative of log x to the base a. Its derivative we already have. So the derivative of log x to the base a, we'll write the derivatives in the next step. Here log a to the base a. Here you can use the rule of logarithm. If the base and number is same, the value of that logarithm is simply equal to 1. We are not writing derivative. We are just replacing this log a to the base a by 1 by the rule of derivatives. Now let's write the derivatives. See, x d by dx of a raised to x is a raised to x log a. This is constant as it is. D by dx of x with respect to x is 1. Next, plus here derivative of log x to the base a is 1 upon x log a, and derivative of single number or the single constant is always equal to 0. So this is our answer by using the formulae of derivatives of standard functions. Okay. Next, now let's take the one example of quotient. Y is equal to sin x upon 1 minus cos x. See, it's a quotient of two functions. U upon V form it is. So to differentiate it, you have to use derivative of quotient formula, U upon V formula. By that formula, you have to first of all compulsory keep denominator constant, V, because there is a negative sign. So V du by dx. So what is our V here? It is 1 minus cos x. So the denominator, whole denominator constant, write into bracket to avoid silly mistake. So 1 minus cos x into derivative of sin x, okay, numerator, minus numerator constant into derivative of denominator, whole denominator we have to consider, and whole divided by, see, in the formula it is v square. So the denominator will be whole denominator square, means 1 minus cos x bracket square. Fine. So let's now write the derivatives. This bracket constant we are assuming, so as it is. Next, derivative of sin x is known, it is plus cos x minus this sin x is constant as it is, will copy as it is, and now the derivative of 1 minus cos x. See, for this bracket we have to write the derivatives of both the terms separately. So d by dx of 1 is 0 and d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. This negative sign as it is, minus sign as it is, and derivative of cos x is minus sin x, so I have written it into the bracket upon denominator square. So now open this bracket, cos x into 1, this is cos x, minus cos square x. Here there are three negative signs, 1, 2 and 3. So it becomes minus. So sin x into sin x, sin square x, denominator still as it is. Now see, further we can take negative sign common from these last two terms, cos square minus sin square, so that we will get cos square plus sin square there in the bracket. Cos square plus sin square is 1. It's a fundamental identity, so replace that bracket by 1. Now further also we can simplify. See, we can observe that the terms are same, only the difference is in sign. So that sign difference we can eliminate by taking minus in common from numerator. From denominator we cannot take because it's a bracket square. So take minus in common from whole numerator so that the bracket will be 1 minus cos x. Okay. So now we can observe 1 minus cos x, 1 minus cos x from denominator get cancelled. So numerator is minus 1 and the denominator is 1 minus cos x. So this way we can solve the examples of derivatives and we can use the rules of differentiation there. Now let's take last example. It is again an example of quotient, e raised to x plus e raised to minus x upon e raised to x minus e raised to minus x. Only the difference is in sign there. Now let's see. Again by the rule of derivative of quotient. See, denominator constant. So this is your denominator. I have written it into the bracket. Derivative of numerator minus numerator constant, derivative of denominator upon denominator square. Be careful when you write the terms, write them into bracket so that your mistakes will be automatically get avoided. So e raised to x, this bracket as it is. Now the derivative of e raised to x plus e raised to minus x. As we know that derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. But the derivative of e raised to ax, if your x has any multiple, like 2x, 3x, minus x, at that time it will become a composite function. So that for that composite function derivative, you have to write its derivative as, you just have to take that a down. It is a into e raised to x. It will remain there in the index also, and it will come down also. Fine. So it will be a raised to x. So by that rule of derivative, the here, see, the first term is e raised to x, its derivative will be e raised to x. For the second term, e raised to minus x, that minus 1 will come down. Okay. So that minus 1 will come here. So minus get multiplied with this plus and it will become minus. Because our a is minus 1. Right? A will come down now. So that minus 1 will come here. It will get multiplied with this plus and it will become minus. So it is minus e raised to minus x. Next, here bracket as it is, this one. Similar logic here, derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x, derivative of e raised to minus x is again minus e raised to minus x. So that now minus minus becomes plus. Is it okay? Upon denominator square still there as it is. Now see here, your numerator, now it becomes simplified as, see, everybody can observe these two brackets are same. The next two brackets are again same. So we can further write them as bracket square, bracket square. See, I have written here bracket square for both the parts, for both the terms. So e raised to x minus e raised to minus x bracket square. You have to further square it. You have to further simplify it, make it, write it into the simple form. So what is the square of this first bracket? By using a minus b bracket square formula, a plus b bracket square formula, it will be a square minus 2ab plus b square. So e raised to x square means e raised to 2x minus 2ab. A is e raised to x, b is e raised to minus x plus b square. So e raised to minus x square, or it is e raised to minus 2x. Same logic here. A square, it is now plus. So plus 2ab plus b square. Denominator still as it is. Now everybody can see, after opening these brackets, after multiplying it with minus 1, which term we can cancel? We can cancel e raised to 2x, e raised to 2x, e raised to minus 2x, and this will become e raised to minus 2x. Okay, so minus e raised to minus 2x get cancelled with this. So what will remain there in the numerator then? Minus 2 e raised to x, e raised to minus x, and minus 2 e raised to x, e raised to minus x. These two terms will remain, but they are minus 2 means minus 4. They will get added. So minus 2 minus 4 times e raised to x, e raised to minus x. And hence now we can further use the law of index there. Base is same, index get added. Okay, so e raised to x minus x it becomes. So x minus x it becomes 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1 as we know. So this e raised to 0 is 1 and hence the numerator is simply equal to minus 4. Still denominator as it is. We have just simplified that numerator part. Hence this is the derivative of our example. Minus 4 upon e raised to x minus e raised to minus x. Fine. So here let's stop today's video. Hope the examples and the rules of differentiation, the formulae are clear to all of you. Thank you everyone and happy learning.